He's awake. He's coming into the man that we've been training for years. He controlling everything now. He's starting to understand it. He's putting on his big boy pants. We understand that this fight is the main fight to the other fights. When I talk to him, I'm not talking to little Tank anymore. I'm talking to the grown man Tank. For being with him for so many years, it's amazing to see a kid from a man to a grown man. And this fight is everything. The show, stop playing with him. Give him his props. They still don't want to give him his props, but that's good. We from the mud. We like playing in the mud. The 7th, come and watch this. We putting everybody on notice. Everybody.
I was watching some interviews with Tank, and it just dawned on me that how far Tank has come. And not just in his boxing career, but just in all areas, especially when it comes to the media. Do you remember what it was like to have Tank in front of a camera? It was like pulling teeth. Tank was horrible in front of the camera. Tank could barely talk. I didn't ever see Tank being able to represent himself on his own without Floyd. For the long time, Floyd was the mouthpiece for him because Tank was just horrible in front of a camera. He couldn't form sentences together. He just couldn't do it. And to watch him now in front of the cameras, Tank is very good with the media now. And I view that as a hell of a jump because, like I said, Tank was horrible in front of a camera. I mean, horrible. Now, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to talk to these people. You know, his etiquette as far as the media goes has went up 110%. It really has, you know, and I never thought that he'll get to this point to where he's at right now. But Tank can now handle himself on his own, and he's good with the media. And the same thing with his boxing career and his boxing skills. A lot of people talk about him, but what they don't talk about is the improvements this kid made. Another thing that people don't talk about when it comes to Tank, I don't think people really recognize that Tank actually works really hard. Tank is not shy to step in that gym. Tank put in that work, that good old-fashioned work. That's something that people never talk about or never mention when it comes to Tank Davis. Tank Davis is not shy getting in that gym. He may get himself out of shape, you know, but he's better at it now. But he has no problem putting in the work to get himself in shape. As far as the gym goes, Tank is disciplined. He really is. Now, as far as Calvin Ford getting emotional about talking about Tank, I understand that. Tank is basically his baby. That's basically his son. And they came a long way together. And that's why I like to see Tank win, because I'm aware of Tank's background. I'm aware of the foster care and all that stuff. And it made me have an affinity for him. You know, and that's primarily why I want to see him win. I like that somebody who came from his background is successful, because his life and the avenues that he had available to him, he could have went a number of ways, and none of them was good. So it's good to see that he did something with his life, and you know what I'm saying, he made it. You know, he's successful, and I think that's why Calvin is getting so emotional about it, because of how far that he has come. And Tank has came a long way. I see the improvements with Tank both inside and outside the ring. Now, as far as Tank getting his props for what he does, that will never happen. It will never happen. It didn't happen when Sugar Ray Leonard was fighting. It didn't happen when Ali was fighting. It didn't happen when Roy Jones was fighting. And it did not happen when Floyd was fighting. You know, different strokes for different folks. Let's face it, when you got boxers that look like Tank, they are held to a completely different standard than everybody else. It's not about seeing Tank fighting the best. It's about what brick wall can we run him into. Okay, so his props is never going to come. You fighters that look like Tank, you want to know what they get? They don't get props for the person they beat. It's let's line up the next person. and take this person out. Then we'll think about giving you your credit. And he can go fight him and he can go beat him. The credit's not going to come. If Tank Davis fought Lomachenko when y'all wanted him to fight Lomachenko and he beat Lomachenko, y'all wasn't going to give him his credit. The same thing that y'all engineering to do with Devin Haney. And trust me, if and when Devin Haney beats Vasily Lomachenko, it's going to be because Lomachenko's old. He's out of his prime. And most importantly, this is what you're going to hear when it's done. Devin Haney was too big for that weight class, and Lomachenko shouldn't have been fighting at 135. Come on now. Come on now. Tell me I'm lying to you. Tell me I'm lying to you. You know it's coming and I know it's coming. Devin Haney is an undisputed freaking champion. Don't get no props for it. Still questioned. Still talked about. Still called pillow fist. Still called this. Still called that. So if you're looking for the boxing world to give Tank credit, you're wasting your time. You know, I think they should just stick to what they view as success, especially when it comes to Tank, because it's not going to happen. All right? They're not going to give him his credit. It's not about him fighting the best. It's about him losing. That's what it's about. That's why the way they move Tank, I don't say nothing about it. And quiet as kept, Tank has fought better competition than Ryan. Believe it or not, hold on, let me think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tank has fought a little bit better competition than Shakur Stevenson, and it's debatable if he fought better competition than Devin Haney. It truthfully is debatable. Because like I said, they don't want to give that Mario Barrios no credit. They don't want to give the Pedraza no credit. They don't want to give who was the other guy that he fought? Gamboa. Hey, I know Gamboa was past his prime, but he was a tough litmus test. You know what I'm saying? He is stepping up, but not in the manner in which the boxing world would like to recognize. And even when they do recognize it, he gonna get the Devin Haney treatment. So as far as him getting his props, do not hold your breath on that. Tank is at the top of the sport, and if he was doing something wrong, it is not reflected. Let's just be honest. And at the end of the day, all they want is spectacle anyway. Jake Paul proves that. So that's why anybody got anything to say about Tank Davis that's negative, I do not listen to them. Because we don't treat all the fighters who are not doing nothing like that. And he is more accomplished than more of the fighters that you mentioned is above him or better than him. Truthfully, he is. You know? But it's never going to get recognized. But Tank has came a long way. Tank is at the top of the sport. Tank has the casual fans. And not only that, Tank got the love, the respect, and the attention from the celebrities. Even if the boxing world don't love him, outside the boxing world, as far as all the celebrities, they all love Tank. From Mike Tyson on down. And that's with them talking about him 100 miles an hour. With them saying he ain't this and he ain't that. With them saying that he's in a protection program. That's with that. And he got there. So, you know, I don't knock people for saying Tank need to do this, Tank need to do that, because he does. But at the same time, am I upset about it? Am I going to pitch a bitch and, you know what I'm saying, and complain and all? Like, no. Because not everybody is required to move the same in boxing. The day that happens, then I'll be on that tip. But until then, Tank my guy. Tank always going to be my guy no matter what. I'm going to support him no matter what he does, because at the end of the day, I just like to see the kid fight. Fuck what you talking about. Skip all that. He need to do it here. I don't like it. At the end of the day, I'm excited to see him fight. And I'm ashamed to say sometimes it doesn't matter who he fights. Yes, I will admit that. But I do understand Calvin Ford getting emotional because Tank has come a long way. And Tank is that guy, whether people want to give him his credit or not. But you don't need to look for your credit to come from the boxing world, because, like I said, Sugar Ray Leonard just got done beating Roberto Duran, and they were still questioning him. Roy Jones, we already know that's a walking freaking legend. They still questioned him. He wasn't good enough. Same thing with Hagler. He wasn't good enough. So that's why getting credit from the boxing world is not even important. They won't notice or really admit to what you are till you're gone, retired, and it's time to reflect on boxing. Then your props is going to come in. The same way that they did Ali, the same way that they did anybody else. And as long as you active, 9 times out of 10, it ain't going to happen. Just saying. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.